and salutations, YouTube. This is Chris McKee with Alamo Music Center in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us on the web at alamomusic.com. Today we are bringing you a review and demonstration of the new, for 2018, Fender Eric Johnson Thinline Stratocaster guitar. If you are familiar with Eric Johnson at all, and if you aren't, you've probably been hiding under a rock somewhere. He has had a collaboration with Fender for a very long time with his own signature model. The signature model that he's had has been based on his classic 50 Stratocasters that he has been using for many, many years and has become famous on a lot of tracks like Cliffs of Dover that we are mostly all familiar with. This model basically starts off where his original maple-necked signature model started, and then adds a unique thin line body that's unlike anything Fender's really ever made before that I'm aware of. It's pretty cool. We're going to talk about the specs for you and let you hear some searing tones from an amazing player as well. So let's talk about it. First of all, the Eric Johnson Stratocaster, the signature model that's been in production from Fender, there's been two models before, and each of them have been counted as one of the best Stratocasters that money can buy, short of the custom shop, and maybe even including some models from the custom shop. It is a phenomenal guitar. The combination of features that it has and Eric's unique attention to detail and, let's just say, obsessiveness really makes it a fantastic guitar. Now, it's previously come in a maple-necked version and a rosewood-necked version with a bound fingerboard. However, despite those changes, everything else was the same, and we're going to talk about what carries over to this guitar. First of all, we're going to start with the pickups, because these are specially voiced Eric Johnson single coil pickups. In fact, they're so popular that you can now get these pickups on their own from Fender. They are vintage style, wound, staggered pole piece Stratocaster pickups, but they have a unique tone to them, particularly in the bridge pickup, which has a really nice sound to it. It's still bright, but it's not piercing. And that kind of goes back to Eric's unique tone that he's known for. You can listen to any song, you can hear him cover Jimi Hendrix or whatnot, but you can tell it's Eric because he's got this unique tone to how he plays and to how he sets up the guitar. That also carries over to the control on this, which was really unique to Eric Johnson's guitars, but is now seen on a lot of other Stratocasters. The 5-way switch, of course, connects to the pickups in the typical combination. First position is going to be your bridge, then both bridge and middle, middle, fourth position's middle and neck, and then your fifth position is just the neck pickup. You've got a volume and two tone controls. Now, in a lot of setups, this tone control, particularly in a vintage guitar, is only going to control the middle pickup. In this, it's going to control the bridge or the middle pickup, and then the tone here is going to control these two. You've got a vintage style tremolo or vibrato, and it is to the body with 5 springs. Okay, there is no cover in the back, and it is a silver painted block. There's also some unique aspects where underneath the plate there's no paint, where it actually mates to the guitar body. That holds true for the neck pocket as well. What we're looking for is better wood adherence, is the idea. It's a single ply pick guard, like you'd see on a classic 50 Stratocaster, with countersunk screws for the pickup height adjustment screws. The neck is a maple neck, one piece, with vintage medium frets in a 12-inch radius. So it's a flatter radius than you're typically going to see on a Stratocaster. A vintage one would be 9.4 or 0.12. A modern one is 9.5-inch radius. This being 12 is flatter, meaning it's basically a faster neck up and down for lead lines. The shape of the neck is kind of a soft V, and it's really comfortable. It's not a real pronounced V, and it's not particularly thick. It's strings are going through a bone nut here onto the headstock with staggered vintage style string tuning posts. One thing you're not going to see on this headstock is a string tree. A string tree, if you look at a Stratocaster headstock, is basically a little piece of metal. On old ones, it was kind of had just like a washer on it. More modern ones have a little tree design, a little T, if you will, that pulls the high E and B string down to give it more force over the nut. The downside potentially to that is that it's another area of friction. And if you're using a tremolo or vibrato system, right, because that's the correct term, everybody? If you're using a vibrato and you move it, it could be losing intonation because of that friction point. The idea here is by getting rid of it, but using the staggered vintage tuners, you can get the breakover angle at the nut that you need. Again, Eric's attention to detail, right? The other thing to look at on the guitar is the finish. Now this is in this beautiful kind of vanilla ice cream colored vintage white. That's pretty awesome. It's basically white that's aged over the years. And it's all finished neck, fingerboard, back of the neck, body, and everything in a nitrocellulose finish. So it's got that wonderful smell, that feel, and it allows the guitar to really move and resonate like it should. And it's what you'll typically find on an Eric Johnson guitar. So everything is in line with it being an Eric Johnson signature model. What's unique about it is this thing right here, this F-hole. So Fender has made some thin line Stratocasters in the past. They've made a thin line Telecaster for a number of years. The thin line Stratocasters were built a lot like a Telecaster, with just kind of a chunky body bound on the top and hollowed out for the F-hole. This has the F-hole and it's hollowed out inside. You can hear. But you've got the original Stratocaster body. So you've got the belly carve here of what would be the typical contours of a 50s correct Stratocaster body. And it's really cool to look in the sound hole and really see like, oh, there's the belly carve right there. The tonality that it gives is unique. And here's the idea. Eric wanted something that was a little different, but he loves his Stratocaster. It is one of the most versatile electric guitars that you can buy. It does almost everything that you throw at it, but he's also a big fan of semi-hollow guitars. So can we combine the two and yet not lose the comfort with the arm carve and the belly carve and the stratiness that we want, but introduce something new to it with a semi-hollow design? And they've accomplished it. That's what we have here. So in the alder body, it's an alder body, alder top with the F-hole and this material removed. It's giving you some air in the guitar. You still have solid down the middle. You have that sustain that you want, but what you have is a more pronounced mid-range and low-mid area to the guitar. A warmth that might not necessarily be there in a completely solid body guitar, and a nice bloom to the notes that you play. It's also really crazy light. It's like probably 6.5 pounds roughly. I haven't weighed this particular one, but it's really light. It's definitely under 7 pounds. So all in all, it's a fantastic guitar. It plays great, feels great, sounds great, and it's unique. Even if you have an Eric Johnson signature model, having this in your stable would not be outside of the realm of possibility. So it's definitely something that you should check out. And right now, you get to hear what it sounds like. So check this out. That's Cooper Greenberg. He's an amazing player. We love to have him come in and demo for us because he's phenomenal and he can make this guitar sing. So if you'd like to see the full demo of this guitar by Cooper and others, check out the other videos that he's done on our video, including a full demonstration of this guitar. If you have any questions about this guitar, specs, or price, I want you to go to our website at alamomusic.com. You'll find all of the information as well as the price on this one and the other one, which is a 2-color sunburst of this model that is available. These are being shipped to stores now, so if you get first in line, you'll get one before everybody else does. And we know you want that, so hurry. As always, feel free to call us, email us, come in. We want to help you find a perfect guitar to meet your needs. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.